What's up, my friends? It's Edward Tomaloso, your Honda man, and today we're taking a look at the 2016 Honda Pilot, and today we're looking at the EX model. So as we're shooting this video, it is June 22nd, 2015, which means this Honda Pilot has only been on sale for 4 days. It went on sale June 18th. Just as background, we've had 3 of them so far. This is the only one we have left, so I wanted to take advantage of what we have. So like I said, this car has been out and on sale for the last 4 days. I've started to watch the YouTube videos on them, and I've only seen the Touring and Touring Elite trims being reviewed, and not everybody is looking for that model. So I decided, hey, why not go ahead and review the middle trim, which is the EX. So for this model year, they decided to redesign the whole body. The last generation of Honda Pilots was around for 6 years. So let me show you what they've changed. A lot of the changes on the whole body style itself were due to fuel efficiency EPA standards. As the standards continued to go up, Honda has tried to find any way to make the fuel efficiency go up, and that does include the aerodynamics of the vehicle. So looking at the front, you do notice, compared to last year, you will see a lot of smoother, sleeker lines. They mirrored that same LED light on the taillights, and that does include all the trims. Another nice feature that they added on the Honda Pilot this year is halogen headlights. So with this newest generation of Honda Pilots, what they did in terms of overall length is they increased the length by almost 4 inches, and they lowered the height by about 1 inch. Honda's all about tweaking things to make things better and easier to use, easier to get in and easier to get out. One of the things I wanted to point out is the third row seat. On the third row seat, you simply pull this lever, and the space to get in is, again, another inch bigger. And since it's shorter, it's easier for your kids or for anyone to get into the back. Another thing that they put into the Honda Pilot for this year is they introduced the Smart Key technology on this vehicle. You now have the ability to just walk right up to your vehicle, touch the inside of the door handle, and it will unlock. There is a button here that you can push, and it will lock the vehicle all the way around. You can walk away knowing that your car is safely secured. That button is remote start. You now have remote start on EX and above trim levels. How cool is that? Another thing they included in the 2016 Pilot that they haven't included in any Honda yet, check this out. Let's unlock this. Your fuel door. There's no more gas cap. It's one of the ones where you just take your pump, put it in there, and that will give way, fill up your tank, pull it out, and you're good to go. No more gas cap. Moving along the back of the 2016 Honda Pilot, they did incorporate the smart buttons on the back as well. So as soon as you walk up to the car, reach down, and you'll be able to open up the car as long as your key is within that 32 inches. The back has been redesigned. Really cool features that they included are these recessed holes here. One can actually fit a milk carton, milk jug on that side, and then there's also a nice little spot here if you have jumper cables or anything else that you don't want rolling around. Really cool thing that they did with this vehicle is the seating positions. You can fold forward the back seats, the third row, and you can also fold forward the middle row, giving you ample space. It's literally the perfect drive-in car. Another thing that they did that was really cool was they added this reversible lid right here for the back. You can actually flip it over to expose the plastic part, which is really handy if you had things that could spill or you just wanted to throw in your slippers and you're at the beach or something like that. Easy to keep clean. On the other side, you can flip it over and it's carpeted on one side. So right here, I'm standing next to the lane watch, which is on the side view mirror. It will show you what's going on in your blind spot. Another camera they installed in this car is the backup camera, which is a multi-angle backup camera, so you can actually see a wide view, a narrow view, and a top-down view. Let's take this car for a test drive. So here we are in the cabin, and while we're in here, I did want to talk about this 4.2-inch display right past the steering wheel. It's really cool. You have different menus that you could take a look at. You have a compass, you have your average fuel, you have your trip computer. You also have something new that they added in the 2016 Honda Pilot. It's really cool. It's your tire pressure system. It gives you the exact tire pressure on each tire, and when you go out of your car to start filling your tires, as soon as that number gets to your exact PSI, your blinker lights will turn on and you'll hear an audible beep. How cool is that? No more having to use one of those little devices. I don't even know what they're called, but pretty cool stuff. Okay. So what they did also on the 2016 Honda Pilot is they included an 8-inch touchscreen. They mirrored over what they had on the Honda Civics. Pretty cool. They also added a web browser, which is a first as well for this car. You can actually watch YouTube videos if you wanted. All you need is Wi-Fi or a hotspot on your phone. But just to let you know, as soon as you put the car into drive, for safety purposes, you do have to shut that down, but your audio will still play. And then also for the 2016 Honda Pilot, they did include now a push start button. In terms of comfort and convenience, they did put a 10-way power seat, including lumbar support on the EX model. So that goes a long way in terms of making this car comfortable. As I mentioned before, there is no leather in this car. If I were to describe the feel of it, I would describe it not really like a sleek material at all. It's more of a plush material. This 2016 Honda Pilot is powered by a 3.5-liter Earth Dreams technology engine. The previous generation was powered by a same 3.5-liter engine, and it only had 250 horsepower. And the reason I say only is because this year they did increase the horsepower by 30. So this has a total of 280 horsepower. Another difference between this model and the year before is it now has a 6-speed automatic transmission. Before it was a 5-speed. So what that's going to do is it will increase your fuel efficiency. This new Honda Pilot gets you 23 miles per gallon combined. I did want to touch on that lane watch system that I mentioned outside. As soon as you turn on your right-hand turn signal, you will see your blind spot in your 8-inch display. All right, let's talk connectivity. That's very important these days. You can actually pair your phone. I mean, that's not too big of news, but you do have the Pandora capabilities. You do have Honda's next generation Honda Link, which is a suite of apps that can show you the local hotspots in terms of restaurants, or in terms of, if you have an iPhone 5 or higher, you do have Siri's Eyes Free. So for those who use Siri, all you have to do is push a button on the steering wheel and hold it, and Siri will come up. So you can have voice memos or have her call whoever you'd like. Another thing they included on this new Honda Pilot is a digital speedometer. They took that from the Honda Civic, and I mean, it's a really convenient feature. No longer do you have to register a dial. You actually see a real-time reading of your actual speed. Another thing that they added on the 2016 Honda Pilot is the Eco button. And what that does is, as soon as you press it, it will limit how high the engine can rev. It'll also take less energy to give you your air conditioning, which will in turn equate to better fuel efficiency. In terms of the interior fit and finish on this car, they did a really good job at making every surface that you're gonna come in contact with feel very premium. Of course, they did have to save some of the ultimate premium stuff, if that's even a term, for Acura, but there is a lot of soft touch material on the dash. The steering wheel feels really good. Even if it's not leather wrapped, it's still got a great texture to it. They got a lot of this piano black finish here. You do still have the hard plastic on the bottom, but still it's put together very well how they made the lines flow. You also get the real stitching as well on the dash. One thing I will mention is it's definitely less cluttered than the 2015 and before models. Very easy to access air conditioning. You do still have the tri-zone climate control on the EX and above, which is very handy. You still have the rear locking air conditioning in the back, so if you did have kids that are prone to messing with their temperature and you don't want them to, you can lock them out of that. Another little comfort and convenience factor thing I will mention is there are auto windows for the front two windows. Going back to the engine, I forgot to mention, they still have the eco mode, which basically what that means is the car can actually shut down to 4 or even 3 cylinders when you're not using all of that power. And also, I did mention that it is Earth Dreams technology, and what that means is it's Honda's commitment to reducing carbon emissions by 30% by the year 2020. And just as a review, as I was driving this thing, it definitely felt really planted. It is, like I said, 1 inch shorter in terms of ride height and overall vehicle height. That might be a reason why it felt more planted to me, but it definitely didn't feel like it was top heavy or that I was leaning in corners or anything like that. Ultimately, after driving a lot of the previous generation Honda Pilots, I am definitely impressed. There's not a lot that I can say other than you need to come out and drive one. They feel almost Odyssey-like to me. They don't feel as much as an SUV anymore. It's basically a Honda Odyssey that is in a SUV platform. That's just how it feels to me. I could totally see myself taking a long trip, and being comfortable through the whole thing. So that concludes my overview and test drive of the all-new 2016 Honda Pilot. Again, this was the EX model, so hopefully if you are in the market to purchase the EX model Honda Pilot, I hope this helped you make the decision a bit easier. And if you happen to be on the Central Coast or around the Santa Maria area, I'm here at Honda of Santa Maria. Come look me up. I'd love to be able to take care of you. Oh, wait. Again, if this was at all any helpful or you enjoyed watching this or you just love watching videos on Hondas, please like, comment, and subscribe. I'll catch you guys later.